Asterisk Chapter 1 asterisk. Beginning, that isn't beginning.
Let's look at it logically. Most people would say something like near future or near past. But let's go a bit bigger here. From what I have read, it's a commodity in 2050, which means it can't hurt the past, and you can do whatever you want there. Otherwise, it couldn't be an everyday thing that everyone has. That does play along with what I am about to do. Go in the past and change it there just a little. Firstly to the times of the Great Rome Empire, or even better.
Luz trailed off from her frantic thoughts about a question her mother just gave her.
I don't have to just look at how the gigantic Giza pyramids were built, but I can also get much more information about them if I became their queen. Oh, I'll become a queen of ancient Egypt.
Luz was thinking aloud, which was unsurprisingly worrying her mother a fair bit.
Honey, you are worrying me sometimes.
Luz's mother interrupted the thought train of her daughter.
Mom, there is nothing to be worried about. It's just it should be tomorrow when I will learn the time T spell, and I'm just so excited.
Luz finished with large glittering eyes while dreaming about all the adventures she will hopefully experience.
How can you be so sure? I mean, it was just a dream.
Luz's mother was cut short by Luz groaning and turning to her with a straight face.
Mom, it wasn't just a dream.
Luz said, still keeping her straight face.
And you know it, I told myself that it will happen, and here I am, a day away, and you still don't believe me.
Luz groaned and finally averted her attention from her.
It's just...
Luz's mother started, but she was interrupted again.
I know what you think. Hey, I am crazy Luz that believes in time travel with a time-traveling spell, woohoo.
Luz finished with an irritated look and stared deeply into her mother's eyes.
You know that isn't what I think, Luz.
Luz's mother would go on, but Luz was having none of it.
Fine. Then what is?
A bit broke Luz by now shouted. Luz knew very well that bursting out like that on her mother wasn't the best thing to do, and she regretted it quickly. Thankfully for Luz, her mother seemed to ignore it and continued in her calm demeanor.
I am just afraid that you will be disappointed, or worse, you'll get hurt, Luz.
Luz's mother finished with the same worried look she had moments ago. Luz's mom must have seen her embarrassment, so she tried to ease the situation.
Okay, now when we told each other everything.
But before she could finish her sentence, Luz hugged her tightly, so tightly in fact, that she couldn't breathe for a moment.
I never looked at it like that, Mom. I'm so sorry for bursting out like that.
Luz said, and Luz's mother just chuckled in response. Oh.
How wrong could I've been?
Said a figure in a hoodie to itself while peeking through a window into the living room.
Hey, it could have been worse. Your dream was just a year off.
A second figure tried to assure the first one.
It wasn't a, arg, you know what, leave it be.
Whined the first figure and took off her hood, revealing another Luz, a bit older than the one in the living room, who was still hugging her mother, before sighing.
And please don't tell me ever again that it was just a year. 'Cause that was the worst year of my life.
Luz's mind wandered to the memories she tried hard to forget. To the constant teasing, mockery, and much worse.
Luz.
Axel shouted, thankfully snapping her out of it.
Huh? Oh, crap. Let's get out of here as fast as possible.
Luz grabbed the figure and started sprinting to a nearby shed before noticing that she must have pulled really hard because the hood he was wearing slipped off, revealing a boy with a questioning stare directed at her.
I loved looking through that window, enough?
Luz said to him before averting her attention back to the shed that they were heading to. Not long after they made it, and when a quick check of their surroundings revealed nothing concerning, Luz turned to the figure, who was waiting patiently.
Okay, we should be safe now. You can take this thing off, Axel.
Luz told him.
Ah, nice, I was boiling in it.
He replied and started taking the raincoat off before he noticed a stain on Luz's hoodie. He stared at it, deciding if he should tell her, or if it wasn't a stain but just some weird design and he would look like an idiot.
I didn't know my beauty was so off-putting.
She joked when she noticed Axel staring at her. When he noticed her remark not long after, he blushed, looked away, and started waving his hands chaotically.
No, it isn't like that, I swear, it's just there is some kind of a smudge in your hoodie, and I wasn't sure if it even was a smudge and...
He tried to explain chaotically, but Luz's finger on his lips silenced him.
I know, I was just joking, and this.
She pointed to the presumable spot.
This is just the hoodie design. I know, it looks a bit odd, but hey, what can you do about it?
A momentary silence followed before they both burst into uncontrollable laughter. They actually needed to calm down each other, so Nosidiasis, who were still dining in the house, wouldn't hear them. When they finally suppressed the laugh just into giggles, and Luz helped him take the raincoat off, he asked.
So what now?
He was awaiting a response, but none came, and Luz took on seriousness and was deep in her thoughts.
We have all the essential info and...
He continued trying to get some response before stopping in his tracks as he saw Luz's face lit up and a wide terrifying grin formed on it.
Let's break my wishes.
Luz exclaimed with confidence.
Why are you smiling so devilishly?
Axel asked, concerned for his best friend.
Oh, innocent Axel, you haven't got the slightest idea of what we're about to do.
She answered him, concerning him even more, but he suppressed the urge to ask more and just went along with it.
Whatever, the important thing now is. What's the plan? I hope you have one.
Axel asked her.
Plan? The best I've got is that we need to go like 2,000 years into the past, find me, and save me from whatever awaits us there.
Luz said and bumped her fist onto an old wooden table to showcase her determination. However, this was a terrible idea, as she realized moments after when she recoiled in pain from splinters digging deep into her palms.
Huh? Why? And from?
Axel tried to ask, but an irritated look from Luz told him that she wasn't in a mood for questions but answered nonetheless.
You don't remember?
Luz asked him, and when he just shook his head in response, she sighed and decided to retell the story that she was sure she told him not longer than an hour ago.
The day I learned that time T-spell, I wandered to the great Rome Empire. I loved their building style, and I maybe planned on overtaking Caesar, but that's not important. What's important is that I was nearly killed there, same in ancient Egypt, heck even at the Great Wall construction, but every time I stayed alive.
She turned her gaze from the ceiling back to Axel.
Why do you think that is, Axel?
Luz finished with an expectant look at Axel.
I don't know, you got lucky, maybe?
He answered, knowing instantly as the words left his mouth that he misstepped again because the smile that was on Luz's face moments ago was quickly exchanged for a frown.
No, I was there to save myself, silly.
Luz giggled while looking at dumbfounded Axel. He wanted to say something, he had a million questions about their plan, about Luz's mood swings, and much more, but before he could, Luz grabbed her tear-off pad and quickly drew something on it before tearing a page from it, and stretching an arm for Axel to hold, which he promptly took.
And now hold on tight, we are going to the 50 BC, to save myself, baby.
Luz exclaimed. Axel grabbed her hand tighter, and Luz activated the spell. But he couldn't stop wondering, was Luz right about that self-saving thing, or will she just make a bigger mess than what she had already done?
How did I end up here?